James Whomsley, welcome to GWI HQ.
Everything can go wrong very, very quickly.
You're not really in it until you crash the plane.
Well, at least he's trying.
But crabs can only move sideways as well, so how wide was the tank?
Yeah.
Over the finish line, so close to the edge there! So in 1898, Nikola Tesla wowed the world with his remote control boat in New York. That's over 100 years ago. RC technologies, of course, moved on through the eras. We've had planes on strings with motor engines in the 30s and 40s. We've had toys in the 50s, 60s and 70s when fixed electronic states came into play. Is that correct, Will?
That is correct.
And now we've moved into a world where there is another pioneer in the world of remote control toys, cars, vehicles, planes, everything you can think of. And that is James Whomsley. Welcome to GWI HQ and welcome to What's the Record. How are you?
Thank you very much. Yes, fine, thank you. Thanks very much for having me. It's very nice to be here.
Nice. And we're also joined today by, I'm not going to be shy about this, he's a super fan of yours. I think it wouldn't be unfair to say he loves you and he loves your work.
I wouldn't go that far. Oh, no, I love this work. I wouldn't say I love it. I think that's a bit too far. Even I think James would agree to that as well.
That's all right. I'm glad I'm sat this side of the table.
Yeah.
There's a bit of different, bit of distance.
That's why I'm in the middle. I'm keeping it safe. It's Guinness World Records adjudicator Will Sinden and our internal expert on engineering. And how are you, Will?
I'm doing very well, thank you. How are you doing, Will?
Yeah, not too bad. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your background before we get onto the main man?
Oh, gosh. I don't think... James does what I did, but on a bigger scale. So I'm very much into my remote control planes. James, the stuff that you do, you've inspired me to do my own stuff.
That's nice
Much
to hear.
less successfully, but yeah, I'm in awe of what James has
Well, thanks very much.
And James, 4 times Guinness World Records title holder.
Yes, 5 actually, as of last week.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's nice to hear. And can you remember all of the titles? Because this is a nice thing to do, because a lot of people can't remember all their titles.
Yeah, I was just thinking then, I'm a bit worried that I'll forget the exact wording, but yeah, I think I can go through them if you want.
Yeah, I'd love to hear them.
So the first one was the world's fastest jet-powered remote control car, which was a very big one. I was working on that for a long time. And the second one was second and third one actually were for my RC aircraft carrier, which was the biggest RC aircraft carrier in the world, and also had the first takeoff and landing of an RC aeroplane from an RC carrier. Very specific, and that was the third record. The fourth one was the biggest RC rocket plane in the world, which was basically a massive glider with a rocket strapped to it. And the final one, the fifth one, which was confirmed last week, was for the world's biggest, I'm trying to remember the wording, winging ground effect RC plane, which is basically a ground effect aeroplane that flies just above the surface of the water or the ground.
Something like a chronoplan.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So based on the kind of Cold War Soviet technology that allowed huge aeroplanes to fly just feet from the water.
You'll forgive me, but this is why I'm here. Chronoplan.
A chronoplan. Well, I'm sure James knows more about this.
No, go ahead, Will.
Oh, gosh. So there was a plane called the Caspian Sea Monster.
Okay.
And it looked like a monster.
That sounds great and terrifying.
Yeah, it was basically meant to be like a kind of troop carrier that would fly very close to the surface of the water and apparently be more efficient and quicker than a boat would be to transport troops around the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, famously, the leader of the Soviet Union, Khrushchev, I think his name was, he sort of boasted that they had ships that could jump over bridges, and everyone was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
It turned out that they were actually aeroplanes,
Yeah.
just sort of boat-shaped ones.
So when you're looking at these things, you have a knowledge, right,
Yeah.
like you do of, like you've just displayed, of Soviet Union engineering. Is that where the inspiration comes from in terms of creating remote-controlled?
Sort of. I mean, I've been always interested in the history of engineering. So yeah, the history of engineering is littered with crazy projects, pushing the boundaries, going higher, further and faster than ever before. But yeah, I mean, personally, I've got like various heroes that did various things, in engineering, in an engineering way, back in the past. So when I was growing up and I was building or learning to build radio control aeroplanes and things like that, the combination of being, reading about these people who did, push this technology to the limit, kind of pushed me to try and keep, advancing my personal projects as far as possible. And that's really where ProjectAir came from in the first place.
Nice. And is your background always been engineering?
No, it's not actually. I'd say it always has been in a sense that I've always been an engineer, an amateur engineer since I was like 5 years old, or before that even playing with Lego and stuff.
What does a 5-year-old amateur engineer look like?
Well, so, like lots of kids, it just looks like a normal kid who plays with Lego. That's being an engineer in my books. Learning to build things, either from instructions or from their brains. And that was me, and I sort of, I was into Lego, but I was also into making things from cardboard, because cardboard is such a fantastic material. It's very accessible. You can go to Tesco. I used to go to Tesco's with my mum, and then my mum would be like, "Excuse me, have you got any cardboard boxes that my son could have?" And
Same.
right, yeah, relatable. So yeah, you were one of those engineers as well.
Yeah.
So I've always been doing that, and then when it came to school though, I was a bit dyslexic, or I am a bit dyslexic, and pretty bad at numbers as well. In terms of, I don't know. I need to look into this, but there's something. I don't think it's what's it called? I can't remember the exact terminology, but it's sort of like dyslexia for numbers. You can't remember what you're doing halfway through solving a maths problem, and that's. I struggled with that quite a lot at school, and the schools I went to weren't particularly good at encouraging students to actually go into things that they wanted to do, even if they were struggling at it. So I never ended up studying higher level sciences and stuff like that at A levels, and I ended up just doing a subject that I could do, which was history, because I was linking to before a previous conversation. I was into history as well, the sort of history of engineering. So I did that at university, and and then just as soon as my final exams were done, I was like, right, I'm getting back to engineering. I'm going to start my YouTube channel properly. I've been wanting to do a YouTube channel for a long time, and that was another thing that I was really passionate about, which was making videos. So the two came together at that point.
Do you feel like it's always been a journey with that? You learning as you go as well when you're building these more and more impressive things?
Absolutely. From starting off with I started the channel in 2017, so nearly 10 years ago now, and it's just been a constant kind of getting the projects bigger and bigger and more complicated and more ambitious in terms of their goals. What do I actually want to achieve? And that's culminated in world records. So it's definitely been a big journey, and it's still ongoing. I've still got a long way to go before I reach my limits,
And of your 5 Guinness World Records titles, I won't ask you to pick a favourite, because I know that's like picking a favourite child but I will ask, which one was the hardest?
That's a good question. I think for different reasons. There are, a few, but the main one that stands out to me is the jet car. So that was the first one that I did, and that took about 2 years of work to get up to the point that I broke the record, or set a record, of 94.76 miles an hour. I can remember that.
Nice.
I can remember that bit very well. That was the hardest, because it involved a high performance RC car built from scratch, and it was powered by a gas turbine, which is a jet engine.
Insanity.
Yeah. So it's pure thrust driven car, based on a real land speed record car called Thrust 2, which was driven by Richard Noble, set a world's land speed record in 1984, I think it was, or 1983. I can't remember. 83. Thanks. Yeah. Expert over here.
Really hope I'm right.
You said it with such confidence. Basically, I had to drive it down a runway at very high speeds, and it was pretty unforgiving. Even though runway's very wide, if one thing goes wrong, the radio cuts out or something, it's just going to go straight into the side, or not stop, go off the end, and destroy all your hard work. And also, that was all self-funded really. We had sponsors on the videos and everything, but it was quite expensive. Actually, I say it was self-funded. We did have a sponsor for that car, which was JetCat, who produce gas turbines. And unfortunately, I set the record to spoil the story. I set the record, and then the next day we went back and tried to increase the record from a kind of, we were taking it easy on the first run, and the car crashed. I did end up breaking that engine, which was worth about £4,000. So it was difficult because there was a lot on the line. Yeah. I'd say that one was probably the highest stakes, and that's why it was the most difficult.
I suppose that's the thing about your attempts and what you do. When it goes wrong, I imagine it's pretty catastrophic.
Yeah, well, exactly. Yeah, and every single video is like that as well. I can't really escape it. It's like the thing that is inherent to the excitement of my videos that I produce on ProjectAir is that everything can go wrong very, very quickly. But that actually makes it very stressful to make the videos month after month. I'm doing about 12 videos a year, and so every 30 days I'm turning around a project, and every 30 days I'm like, it's all or nothing. So it gets kind of stressful after a while, but it's obviously the fun kind of stress, and I very much enjoy doing it. Not complaining.
I mean, just from someone in the remote control aircraft hobby, you're not really in it until you crash the plane.
Well, yeah, and the fear of crashing a plane,
Yes.
right? Like when you launch it, it's like as soon as it leaves your hand or you take off from a runway or something, it could just completely destroy itself.
Months of hard work just gone.
Yeah, and some money as well. So it's like there's a lot of fear with that, and again, these projects are pretty experimental. Like sometimes we're launching RC planes. I'm not sure if you want to get any videos up at any point, but RC planes that have like spinning wings and things, which are like completely unusual and untested on the scales I'm doing them at.
This is the maglev effect.
Magnus effect.
Magnus effect.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Again, guys, I'm
Sorry.
sorry to stop you.
Oh, sorry. Yeah.
But Magnus effect.
Yeah.
It
I'll get
sounds.
this one, Will.
Seeing as I named it after a train, I think.
Oh no. That's easily done. But so the Magnus effect is basically a phenomenon that a spinning object will create lift. If it's, say, a cylinder shape and you backspin it through the air, it will sort of pick up the air and direct it downwards, so therefore creating a Newtonian pushing effect in the opposite direction. I put wings
Roberto
on.
Carlos free kick.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got
Okay.
you.
Sorry, I
Nice.
should have just said that.
Yeah.
Football. Kick a football sideways or with spin. That's the Magnus effect.
And, right. So I'm learning. I'm learning the job, and which is important. I hope people listening are learning as well. So we know, so you said which one's the hardest to achieve, and that all sounded dramatic and terrifying. Jet engines. Where are you doing this? Where are you allowed to build jet engines? And other than like runways and stuff, is there a nightmare in getting permissions and stuff? With a lot of our record holders, you might imagine, if you're doing the most digestive biscuits eaten in a minute, there's no chance that's going to explode.
No, that seems quite safe.
No chance.
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I'm lucky enough to have a workshop in the middle of nowhere. So I rent that workshop from someone who has this. It's like a converted farm basically. So there's lots of fields around. So that makes it quite convenient for testing, jet engine powered planes or rocket planes or that kind of thing, because you can make a lot of noise. But then it's also quite quiet around there, so you're not going to be disturbed when you're filming. So or with audio when you're filming. There's not loads of real airplanes flying over. That's another thing actually. You have to be quite far away from airports when you're doing this kind of stuff. There's that, and then we also. So I've just been working on a submarine project where we're building the world's largest RC submarine, which might be another Guinness World Record. We'll see. And that's at a local lake called Rudyard Lake in Staffordshire. And I basically got in touch with the people who sort of manage the lake, the rangers, and they were very interested in what I was doing. so they were like, yeah, sure, come down, and as long as it's not making too much noise. So because there's sort of wildlife and stuff around there, you can't really make like a jet-powered boat and put it on that lake. But
it's quite worrying for a fisherman, isn't it? On the side of that lake.
Well, it was funny when I had the RC aircraft carrier. That's where we did that project. So yeah, if you were to watch that project, you'll see, we were flying around this kind of quite long, narrow lake, and then having to do circuits down to the RC aircraft carrier. And that was probably, that was one of my most challenging projects, actually, going back to that question, because from a piloting level, I don't actually have a runway either. Like at the farm, we don't really have like anywhere you can take off and land because the grass is too long for most aeroplanes that are like, the scale that I usually fly. So this aircraft carrier, the challenge was, can I take off and land from an RC aircraft carrier that I build myself? And that was quite tricky because I had to practice on like a tarpaulin, like just trying to hit this tarpaulin with these ready to fly RC planes. But yeah, sorry, I can't remember what the question was now. But
well, it was more.
It was
more about locations and whether and who's letting you do these things.
Yeah,
because to me, because yeah, and I guess that's also the like where do you? I mean, there's no end, right? You're going to keep making these things, and if you've got 12 projects a year. That must have a toll in terms of coming up with ideas.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's always been going bigger and bigger and, faster and faster, higher, further, faster, that kind of NASA motto. And I think I'm just going to continue doing that to some extent. I think the project's getting bigger might mean that there maybe a fewer main channel videos. So on the ProjectAir main channel, over time, we might scale that back a bit, but do bigger projects. But then there'll also be more videos coming out on our second channel, which is ProjectAir 2, and that's more geared at like teaching people how to build their own projects. So dispelling some of the difficult bits that stops people getting into RC, and I'll be there to sort of teach someone exactly how to glue an RC plane together and get it in the air. So that's something I'm working on at the moment. But yeah, I mean, with the records though, it's I want to do more manned stuff, which might get a bit hairy. But one particular record is to break the hovercraft world speed record. So that's an idea for this year, that we'll build some kind of simple jet-propelled ride-on thing that might look a bit like a bike. What is it with
you and jets?
Well, they're actually quite convenient, quite useful. I mean, it's funny, they're not gimmicky. They are actually very powerful and compact, and
on a hovercraft?
On a hovercraft. I've built one before actually with a jet.
Yeah, I saw. Did
you see that one?
The remote control one. Yeah. But you want to ride on one?
Well, I did ride on that one actually. It was remote control, but it was big enough to sit on it. So, and I strapped a jet engine on it because it was almost. I was thinking about this record back then, and I was like, this will be a good precursor to do some R&D with, and then I'll build the next one, but not got around to it yet. But yeah, that one would be a bit sketchy. I fell off the last one actually. I did it on a beach, a secret location, and there was there was on beaches how they have sort of rivers that come down the beach.
Yeah.
There was one of those, and I mean, I could have just gone straight over it because that's the good thing about a hovercraft. You just float over it, but I didn't want to. I was doing my first runs, and I didn't want to come herring back down the beach and go straight across this thing at 40 miles an hour or whatever it was, 20 miles an hour probably. It wasn't that fast. But I turned the engine off. But that was actually went back to idle. But that was actually my my steering control because it was on a kind of tiller kind of setup. So if you point it that way and you keep the thrust on, it's going to move over. But if you've got no thrust coming out the back of the engine, effectively, you're going to have no steering authority. So I ended up just spinning around in a circle and just being like, oh no, and then just got ejected.
That's the thing with hovercraft, you can't cut the power because you just have to.
Yeah.
Even if it looks like you're going to hit a wall, you just you got to power through it.
Right. Yeah.
Well, we've got your speed that you need to achieve for the highest on land by a hovercraft, and it's 90.52 kilometers an hour.
Right.
And
that was it.
Yeah, and that was back in 1998. That feels like low-hanging fruit for you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it seems doable. I think the type of hovercrafts it's difficult though, because with a sort of what they call, sort of, like a commercially available hovercraft, if there is such a thing, they tend to have skirts and everything. But I'd be making everything myself, because that's kind of the USP of ProjectAir building stuff, So I would be probably, I'd have to figure out how to build a skirt that would hold up to the speeds that this would, I'd have to go to break this record. So what I'm going to try and do first is work out if I can do a type of hovercraft called a momentum curtain hovercraft, and that is a skirtless hovercraft, which is how the first those first hovercraft vehicles were set up actually. So basically, you have a sort of disc shape, or it can be like a rectangle hovercraft shape, but the best ones that work is a disc. Then you have a slot that goes around the outside of the disc, and you blow air from the top and force it into that slot. And what happens is that you create a sort of boundary layer that traps more high pressure air in here underneath this sort of disc hovercraft thing, and that means that floats. And it doesn't let air escape very fast out the bottom, so it's very efficient.
All I would say to that is good luck steering.
Yeah, well, again, we're going to have a jet engine on the back.
Oh, fair enough.
Like this. So that's just for lift. But yeah, we'll see. I don't know. The design might change.
So Will here is obviously a massive fan of yours, right? And I'm sure there's lots of no, I'm not setting you up for anything. It's just a genuine point of interest from me, which is that, is there any competition in the engineering world? Is there anyone who out there who goes sees what you do and goes, no, I've got to do one better? Or has it always felt like a kind of encouraging space engineering?
Well, I feel like from my perspective, I've always felt competitive to break records that already exist. So there's one that I might go for at some point. That's building the rubber bandist. Biggest rubber band powered aeroplane, and I built one a while ago, and I think that's the first one you contacted me about, actually, Will, wasn't it? But I didn't end up making that official because it had to fly for like 30 seconds or something, so I was going to improve it. But by the time I'd improved my aircraft, someone else came up, Joshua Finn, his name is, came along and broke that record and smashed my aeroplane out the park. He built one that's like twice as big. So that was like 4 years ago. I'm wanting to beat his record now, but yeah, I mean, there's competition, but it is friendly competition.
Yeah.
Like I actually know him a little bit, so and we've chatted about stuff, and he helped me with the first one, in fact. So yeah, it's nice.
Going back to that and like the competition and like the encouragement, like I saw when you went to Rosser for the fastest jet power RC car, like the amount of people coming around and helping you with certain things, like I'd say the remote control community is very good for that, and it's very encouraging to see that, like the likes of Kevin Talbot, the likes of just various people just coming up to you and saying like, oh, you can do this, do that, do this, and like. There's always the saying of like too many cooks spoil the broth, but I feel like in the remote control community, especially in the car community, there's such a wealth of knowledge, and everyone just wants everyone to be better. And that's like really nice to see. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, and I've definitely felt that when I've gone to those events before. So the Rosser events are, like, for anyone who doesn't know, speed events that are put on by an organisation called Rosser. They hire a runway in North Wales, some ex-MOD base, and then they basically invite a load of people to come along and race their RC cars as fast as possible. And yeah, it's a really nice sort of community where people are very excited to see each other's creations. And yeah, there's been some very innovative designs there in the past. None with jet engines on, no thrust.
I think you're the only one that's doing that.
I think there was one, actually, I should say, but that was about 20 years ago or something. And there have been a few rocket powered things, but yeah, I thought that jet the jet age was where it was at, and following the actual, going back to the history of record breaking, the cars were all wheel driven, and then they became thrust powered in real life with land speed record breaking. So yeah, that's why I decided to stick a jet engine on it. But but yeah, it's been very encouraging, and I went in there to that event with very limited knowledge about RC cars and setup and that kind of thing, and tyres, and talking to people there was very educational. So
I think tyres is one of the really hard things to get nailed down.
Yeah,
because
they
I still
explode.
think it's kind of like a dark art in terms of like
Yeah.
who has the best solution.
Well, actually, I think going back to competition, some people do keep their cards a bit close to their chest because it is a competition at the end of the day. So with tyres and stuff, but yeah, it's I'd say in general it's very encouraging space engineering.
Nice. Well, in terms of encouraging space, we are going to lay down a bit of a challenge for you today. Because, well, firstly, Will has got a little quiz for us, I believe.
I do, yeah.
Oh no.
So I'll let Will gather his notes, and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay.
Did you know Guinness World Records now has a store? So go to gwrstore.com to find all sorts of t-shirts, backpacks, sweatshirts, caps, apparel of all kinds, mugs, and of course the Guinness World Records books, all signed by me. gwrstore.com.
James, as you know, the man sitting next to me, apart from the love hearts floating off him as he stares at you, as you can see, he is also a passionate engineer. A hobbyist? Would you say more than that?
Oh, I'm a qualified engineer.
A qualified engineer.
That's better than me.
I don't think so. But yeah. Qualification and not much to show for it.
But I think it'd be nice if we shared some of his work with you.
Oh, yes.
And you could be as critical as you like.
We're going to do a review of
no.
Will's creations.
Yeah. What do you think?
Brilliant.
Is that a good idea, Dom?
Absolutely.
Right. Nice. Well, here's the first one. So, what have we got here?
We've got a delta wing aircraft that takes off vertically, and the idea was to land it vertically as well. But
Right.
I haven't got there yet.
That's impressive. I like the NASA sticker.
Thanks.
But, so was it sort of like a 2D design?
Yeah, so
Sort
I
of
used
flat
foam
wing.
board just as the initial concept, just to see if it would work, and I used propellers. The idea was to use EDFs, but I don't think they're going to be powerful enough. But
Right.
Yeah.
Pound of thrust or
EDFs
whatever.
in the context?
Electric ducted fan.
Yep.
So it's
course.
basically a propeller inside a tube.
It sounds a bit like a jet engine, so people use them
Cool.
in jets.
And is there any particular reason, why we'd be watching this video?
Dom, I think, wanted to see it.
Wanted to see it.
Very
Okay.
impressive. What was your plan for landing it then? Because you said vertically you were
So
wanting to-
I was going to get a gyro, which I could then
Right.
switch on the controller, and then it would go into like a
Yeah,
hover,
yeah.
and then I could land it.
That would be a really interesting project, actually. Yeah, might take a bit of tuning and
Oh,
everything,
absolutely. Yeah, there's
Yeah.
going to be. That's just the initial.
Yeah.
I don't care if that crashes because it's foam board.
Have you seen Joe Barnard's BPS Space? His
haven't.
rockets.
I haven't.
Oh, those are pretty cool. That's like
That was the self-landing
but with-
rocket?
Yes,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like that. What you're saying with the gyro, but with a rocket engine, which is much
Okay.
more difficult.
Yes.
Dom, you've just provided us another photo here.
That's-
Would you like, Will, could you explain what we've got here? Is another one of yours?
that was my pride and joy. That was something that
Oh no! All right,
I
RIP
spent
then.
while putting it together. It looks great. It's like a nice little biplane, but I've never flown a biplane before,
Yeah.
and I had no control over it. And
no.
I think there it is.
Oh
Yeah.
no!
And it's still there.
Still there.
Is it
It's still
actually?
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it's
do-
in my local park.
Which park's that?
White
It's
Leaf
like
Park.
a tourist attraction.
I hope not. But the thing is, I went out there one night because the battery was still on, and I
Yeah.
could see the red and green lights on the wing still flashing. So I was like, it's 30 meters up. I can't get to it.
Oh,
So-
that's such a shame.
It's nice when you know that behind the suit that Guinness World Record adjudicators are fallible. You
Yeah.
know, they are human
mess up.
beings.
Very much
They
so.
crash
Yeah.
model airplanes into trees in their local parks.
We've all done it.
Out of 10, his landing technique?
level.
I'd say, yeah, exactly. 8 out of 10. I did the exact same thing recently.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
I
But
don't,
and then I tried to rescue it with a quadcopter, and then that got stuck as well. So it had a big hook on it. I had to sort of channel my inner Neil Armstrong by having a camera that was facing down on the quadcopter drone, basically, and I had to moonlander it in towards where and looking at this grappling hook I had on the bottom to try and hook around the foam tail and like pull it out of the tree. But it ended up just, I actually hooked onto it, but then what happened was I had this big bungee and for the tether, the grappling hook. The grappling hook grabbed the tail, and then as I was pulling and I was increasing the throttle, the bungee kind of stretched and then it slipped, and then the bungee does what a bungee does, and it compressed, flew back up and shot the drone down itself. So I shot myself down and then fell into the tree as well.
Oh, brilliant.
So, not
How
great.
many projects have you lost to trees over the years?
Actually, surprisingly few. That was one of the only ones. But I try and avoid, flying around them.
It's a
helps.
nightmare when nature gets in the way
Yeah.
of engineering progress,
Indeed.
isn't it?
Well, weather is a big problem, but
Okay. In fairness, James, you were quite nice to Will there. All things considered.
Yeah.
At least he's trying.
But it's, that's what I wanted.
Wow,
That's what I wanted.
heard one.
That aeroplane looks really cool. I really like the design of it.
Yeah.
Well, you know he's going to be assessing your record attempts moving forward, don't you? That's really what's going on here. But I think I promise you've been nice now, and Will's got a quiz for us. And I was imagining that he was going to make that particularly difficult and hard, but you've both been so nice to each other from this point. Well, should we have a go at this quiz?
Yes, I'm very up for that. That sounds fun.
Right.
Right.
So this is going to be like a higher or lower.
Okay.
So you built the world's largest aircraft carrier, remote control aircraft carrier, at 5.2 meters. Is that bigger or smaller than the world's longest calzone?
Sorry, what?
Calzone pizza.
Calzone
Oh,
pizza.
right. Sorry. I was on the engineering side.
No, it's all good.
So how big was
5.02 meters.
I can help you here, James, by the way.
We're doing it together?
Well, I can help you. I can help you. I do work here, so I should know these things.
Okay.
But
I'm a bit clueless. I feel like you could make a pizza that's bigger than that, or a pizza. What's it called?
Folded pizza.
Folded pizza. Yeah.
Well, you've got to think that the act of folding it over, that reduces the distance quite considerably, doesn't it?
Yeah,
you
that's true.
make a 10-metre pizza and then it becomes a
Becomes
5.
five, yeah. I reckon smaller then. Is that what you're trying to help me with?
No, I'm not. I'm not saying my advice is good. I'm just.
Well, I reckon smaller then.
Smaller.
You should have stuck with your instinct. It's bigger. The world's largest calzone pizza is 18.22 meters.
Oh, right, okay.
It's huge.
Got a long ways to go before I build an aircraft carrier bigger than that then.
I've given you terrible advice.
Okay, I'm sorry. Right.
Yeah.
I advise go the opposite of what
Okay.
you did. You built a jet-powered remote control car. Mm-hmm. It reached 152.5 kilometers an hour.
Yep.
Is that faster or slower than the fastest actual car in reverse?
Oh, that's a good question. I'm going to say it was slower because I reckon you could get a car going faster than that backwards. If you modified it with a high gear or something. Maybe you turned the gearbox the wrong way around.
Well, it's actually an electric car. No gears,
right.
but yeah, you were correct. It was 275 kilometers in reverse, and that was the Rimac Nevera.
Let's have a quick look at that.
Got a way to go with my jet-powered cars.
It's funny because when you watch that video, it just looks like it's in reverse.
Yeah.
Doesn't
really
it?
weird.
It's very impressive, nonetheless.
Yeah.
Are you sure you checked that properly, Will?
I would hope so.
Yeah.
And then finally, question 3. Your rocket-powered RC plane was 5.9 meters wide.
Yep.
The biggest crab held in captivity was called Big Daddy.
Okay.
He was 80 years old, and he sadly died in 2016, so over 10 years ago now.
I've got a picture, so that helps.
Yeah.
At his peak, was he bigger or smaller than your remote control plane?
I think, first of all, James,
what do you think?
you'd want to know how big the tank was.
Yeah.
Well,
he was in a tank. Obviously.
It was a tank. But how did I mean?
Swimming
Yeah,
pool,
and also crabs can only move sideways as well. So how wide was the tank?
Yeah.
Well,
Is
we've
he always
got.
facing forward though, the crab? Or he could hit a
I
turn.
don't think I don't think crabs can get that big. Maybe prehistoric ones, but surely they can't get 5-point-something meters, can they?
Well, we've got a nice. We've got a Guinness World Records framing shot there.
Oh, well that helps, doesn't it? I know
Helps
how
a
big
little
those
bit.
are.
Oh, right. Okay.
I reckon it was smaller.
There is.
What's that then?
That's children in his tank by the looks of things having a look at him.
Right,
Yeah.
right. I see. Yeah.
Big Daddy.
Well, hold on. Do
Oh, I said
You said smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
smaller. I'm gonna disagree with James, but I'll let him say that.
That's fine.
I think Big Daddy was bigger.
Big Daddy.
I might get a 3 for 3 wrong. Yeah.
Good news. Big Daddy was smaller. So he was 3.1 meters.
Right.
But that's still gigantic.
Yeah.
For a crab.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge for a crab. I can't believe these photos.
That's
They're
pretty
amazing. So we've let you have a go at the quiz. You told us all about your wonderful work. But now it's time to do something incredibly serious. You've said you've got 5 Guinness World Records titles.
Yes.
Would you like the chance to try and achieve a 6th Guinness World
Please.
Records title?
If you're offering the chance, then I would like to take you up on that opportunity. Thank you very much.
I told you, James, that Will. I feel like you're his passion project at work, right? He loves your work. He wants to get you all the records, and so today, and this is no lie, I went out this morning with special instructions from Will to go and buy a 1:24 ratio remote control car.
Very specific.
Now, I'm a layperson when it comes to engineering, when it comes to ratios, when it comes to remote control things.
Yeah.
So I had to get him to order it first for me. So I was only trusted to walk in and pick up the car.
Okay. Well, it looks like you've succeeded.
they're
They
on
look
the
like
table.
124 scale.
You've done an
cars to me.
excellent job.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. It's nice. Cheers, guys. I'm proud of that. And now he's going to tell you the record title that he's designed for you to have an attempt at today.
Right. I'm
So-
very excited to hear this.
So this will be the fastest time to complete 3 figure-of-8 laps with a 1/24 scale remote control car.
Right. Okay. Sounds
just-
good.
Figure-of-8?
Brilliant.
Is there any
Let's
more
go. And then-
details?
So the guidelines will be, has to be on the table. If it falls off the table, attempt is over. And the obstacles, I don't know what we'll be using, but they have to be a meter apart. And then you can start wherever you
I
want.
see. Right.
And it will end when you've hit the middle of the circuit.
Okay. Brilliant. And then this is something that other people can.
Anyone can attempt, yeah.
Yeah. Fantastic. Have a go yourself.
Oh, it's doing my job for me.
Let's go.
Set it up. Right, we're back. Will Sinden, official Guinness World Records adjudicator, has set up the table to the exact specs for this record attempt, which is the fastest time to complete 3 figure-of-8s with a remote control car. And that is to a ratio of 24:1, I believe.
Yes.
Have I got that the right way around, James?
Yes, that is correct.
And James, fantastically this morning, as I say, I went to the shops and I got you a couple of choices when it comes to RC cars. Which ones do you like?
Well, we've got the Aston Martin here, looking very racy. I like the red, metallic red. And then we've got the McLaren. And yeah, I think I'm going to go with after careful consideration, the Aston Martin.
Yeah.
A bit more James Bondy. So,
Nice. And also, it's a fact that red cars are faster than
yeah,
other
exactly.
cars.
So we need every advantage.
Yeah, and so we know you can do it. We know you can achieve Guinness World Records titles, but can you do it on a nice spring day at GWI HQ in London, under the pressure and the watchful eye of William Sinden, Guinness World Records adjudicator, and not fan now? He's in adjudication mode now, so he's not.
Yeah.
I don't like you anymore.
Have you noticed how his face has changed? He's gone serious. So, Will, give us the rules. Give us the rules.
So, the table's been set up. The
Okay.
cones in this case, is going to be 2 obstacles that are set up 60 centimeters apart. You cannot leave the table, obviously, because you won't be able to get back on. But the attempt area, you cannot leave. Even if you dip a little wheel over the edge, it's a disqualification. If you hit the obstacles, it's a disqualification.
Okay.
And the minimum time to beat is 90 seconds to complete 3 full circuits.
Okay.
You will start in the middle on the marker, and once you complete those 3 figure-of-8s, I will stop the clock.
Okay. I'm actually getting very nervous. It's the familiar pressure that I was describing earlier has returned.
Nice.
And it's all or nothing. We're going to either succeed or fly off the table. So
Pressure
do my
makes
best.
diamonds, don't
Yeah.
worry. So, table, we have the setup. For those of you listening, not watching, they're juggling balls in tubes. So this is a nice sign that other people can have a go at this record if they want to, after hopefully you've sent a Guinness World Records title.
Yeah, I'd love someone to break this if I break it today.
Should we add some more jeopardy and open the lids to the balls?
I mean, it's a mess. Dom, producer Dom, do you mind? You don't want it. He doesn't want it. Producer Dom doesn't want it, but that's fine.
I'm not an ideas guy.
The car's not insured.
Right then, well, time to ramp it up a bit.
Okay,
James, are you ready?
I am.
3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go.
The Aston is
Oh,
off. That's
we're
a
going
wide
around.
circle.
Oh, that's a bit close.
Nowhere near the edge. Back through. That's a half lap there.
This hasn't got the best turning circle.
Having to go into reverse to make this
That's
work.
right. I'm going to just keep it on. I'm going to modulate the throttle a bit.
That's
Centre style. Oh, God.
1.5 laps. He's almost taken out my hand on the side of the table. There's
2 laps
2 laps.
completed.
Again, flying
Bring
around,
the final lap,
getting
James.
close
With this
to the
table.
edge of the table.
I
Coming
let go
round
of the remote
for the third and final lap.
3 seconds
James
count.
over the finish line, so close to the edge there. That felt quick, James. That felt really quick.
Did it? It felt like it took ages for me. But
Did it?
I wanted to just be drifting around, but it's got 2 grippy tyres.
You still feeling tense?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh,
feeling
well,
tense.
until we hear the result, I'm
Okay.
going to just... Is it? Does it count?
I can confirm it's a valid attempt.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
James,
Yes.
you needed to beat 90 seconds. And you've comfortably done that. You achieved a time of 29.73 seconds.
Yes!
Congratulations, James. You're officially amazing.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. That was a very fun challenge, and yeah, I'd like to see what other people can do to beat that. That was really fun. Thank you.
Number 6.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So you came in today, you met your biggest fan in the world, Will Sinden. He's adjudicated one of your records. You've taught us so much about engineering today. You've got to drive an Aston Martin. I bet you didn't think that was going to happen
I
at
did not
Guinness
think
World
that was
Records.
going to happen today when I.
Thank you so much for coming along to the podcast. It's been an absolute pleasure. Really, really nice to meet
Thanks
you.
very much.
And
Thanks,
best
Will.
of luck with everything coming up. That was What's the Record. I'll see you next time.
Thanks.